Despite solid finishing positions, emotions ran high, especially for Charles Leclerc. With controversial strategy calls, tense radio exchanges, and dramatic late-race incidents, Ferrari's internal tensions were on full display. Ferrari's Emilia Romagna Grand Prix weekend was far from uneventful. On paper, a P4 and P6 result is not as bad as it sounds. But beneath the surface, decisions in Ferrari team strategy, radio malaise, and race events conspiring against them presented a very different picture, particularly for Charles Leclerc. It all started with a decidedly uncompetitive qualifying effort. For the first time ever at Imola, both Ferrari drivers were eliminated from Q2. They had a mountain to ascend on Sunday. The start of the race did look encouraging, though. Carlos Sainz undercut George Russell with a clever first stint plan, leaving him well placed to fight for a possible podium. But as tends to happen in Formula One, things didn't quite go according to plan. A virtual safety car and then a full safety car shook things up and altered the strategy timing for most teams. Charles Leclerc was left frustrated by what happened next. His chief complaint? A tyre strategy that was more of a gamble than a planned move. In the second stint, Leclerc was informed that Lewis Hamilton ahead of him would not pit and that Ferrari didn't have fresh tyres available for him. Considering there were still about 12 laps of green flag racing left, Charles was expecting a switch to soft tyres to maximize grip. When his engineer told him Hamilton wasn't boxing, Charles fired back. "I don't care. We're racing for ourselves, not for them." That tantrum showed his increasing frustration. The aggravation only increased when Ferrari abruptly required an immediate response regarding a switch to softs. Charles responded sternly, yes, consenting to the switch. But as he was about to pit, he saw that his teammate Carlos Sainz had already gone into the pit lane in front of him. That took Charles by surprise and made it tougher. Ideally, he would have stayed out for another lap to prevent pitting behind Carlos and losing time. But the misunderstanding put him in a suboptimal position. To compound the misery, when he returned to the track, Charles was fighting with Alexander Albon, who had fresher tyres and was gunning for a podium finish. In an attempt to overtake aggressively at the Villeneuve chicane, Leclerc pushed Albon to the outside of the track. The encounter cost both drivers plenty. Both lost positions, one to Lewis Hamilton, who took advantage of the mayhem. Charles was later informed via radio that he would have to relinquish the seat to Albon. He was being investigated and faced a 5 or 10-second time penalty, something that could have left him out of the points altogether. That elicited yet another frustrated message from the Monegasque driver. These are racing now. When you can't pass, you just let people by. This is an effing joke. What did I do wrong? The anger between Charles and the Ferrari pit wall was palpable. Fans and pundits alike started questioning Ferrari's strategic vision, or lack thereof. Easy to criticize from the outside, but one thing is certain, Charles Leclerc is short of patience. After the race, Ferrari were 17 points behind Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. And with Red Bull again appearing to be a one-man team, Max Verstappen dominating, and Sergio Perez struggling, Ferrari do have a genuine chance to take advantage. But internal tension and missed opportunities won't serve that purpose. Interestingly, Lewis Hamilton's race was a complete contrast to Charles Leclerc's. Despite starting further back and suffering his second consecutive Q2 exit after Miami, the 7-time world champion praised his team's strategy. "What a great race, guys. Fantastic stops, great strategy. The car felt amazing today. I'm so grateful. So proud." It was one of Hamilton's most assured post-race messages of the year. He even shared high-intensity messages with his race engineer, such as, "Yeah, I pushed it, mate. I pushed it." That positive atmosphere was in contrast with Charles' gloomy tone. Furthermore, Hamilton appears to be getting his act together in the SF-25. For most of the year, he had been fighting. For the first time all season, he finally felt in harmony with the car. Since his pole and sprint victory in China, he'd been searching for that spark. At Imola, it appeared to finally catch fire. But that confidence only highlights Ferrari's internal disparity. While Hamilton's belief in the car is growing, Charles continues to feel that the team isn't maximizing race potential, especially when it comes to qualifying and in-race decisions. Charles elaborated post-race, saying, "Certain weekends, things just don't fall into place. This was one of those. We were particularly unlucky with the timing of both the VSC and the safety car. I wasn't able to capitalize on either. With the second one, we didn't get the correct tires prepared. But no complaints, P6 is okay given how difficult this weekend was." He proceeded to emphasize Ferrari's greatest weakness, qualifying. Honestly, Our true priority has to be to get better at qualifying. Because on the racetrack, the car is quick. We just can't bring that pace in Q2 or Q3, and that is putting us up for tough Sundays. Ahead of us is the Monaco Grand Prix challenge. The close roads and very tight corners give little opportunity for passing. It only takes a bad qualifying session there to destroy all hope of a podium finish before a car ever leaves the starting grid. Ferrari is well aware of that. Their pit crew has also been cutting edge this season, their current fastest pit stop being 2.0 seconds at Bahrain. But that would not count in Monaco if they are unable to qualify near the front. Charles, competing on home soil once again, offered the following words on the upcoming race. Monaco is always magical, but it's going to be difficult. The circuit is unique, and it's going to highlight our car's weaknesses. We will have to do a completely different setup, and hopefully we can make the most of that and bring in a good result. But the real question is Ferrari's communication disintegrating with pressure? And will there be more of these strategy showdowns between Hamilton and Leclerc? As fans, we'll be seeing. Monaco can make or break Ferrari's season momentum for the remainder of the season. And with both drivers quite obviously pulling in opposite directions, one confidence high, the other question-ridden, it's only going to be more dramatic from here. So, what do you think? Did Charles Leclerc have cause to be angry with Ferrari's race strategy? And can Ferrari recover in Monaco? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this in-depth dive into Ferrari's whirlwind weekend, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. And now, look at the next video on your screen for some more Formula One drama and analysis.